Alright, Shalom. Shalom. It's your brother Issachar coming back at you. One lesson. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Makar Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstones. Peace and blessing to the hopeful elect and the 144,000 scattered across the four corners of the earth. Shalom to you. In today's lesson, we're going to go into rebuking Captain Tazariak, on two things. Because he's making two false statements. Number one, he's talking about Apostle Tahar, that he sleeps with young girls, which is completely false. And number two, he's claiming that he's King David. So we're going to get right into it. This is Exodus chapter 20, verse 16. Lord willing, this video is to teach you, to show you guys out there that, there are false prophets out there, who bear false witness. So once again, Captain Tazariak, he's coming up again because the Lord's making him a perfect example on what not to do. Remember, so there's, it is bugged out, it is false statements, but there's edification coming out of this, Exodus chapter 20, verse 16. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Right, because there's no proof. Not like Donald Trump and, all these guys, Bill Clinton, the Epstein Island, all that. Yeah, that's real. Okay, that is real right there. Because remember, they're the left-hand side. So all that stuff, Epstein Island, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. You know how much shit is going on like that around the world? Excuse my Italian. Because everyone just thinks, oh, it's just Epstein Island. That shit is going on every day. Okay, raping children. Okay, organ harvesting, child trafficking. You know how many tunnels and underground cities there are underneath the United States and worldwide? You know how many underground cities there are with the left-hand side? There's a whole lot. Okay, it's not just Epstein Island, that crap is happening every day. Okay, that crap is happening every day. Huh? Alright, so follow me to St. Matthew chapter 23. And, let me see if there's a little bit more meat here. Alright, St. Matthew chapter 23 and verse 12. And whosoever exalted himself shall be abased, and he that shall humble himself shall be exalted. Right, okay, because that clown again, Captain Tazariak, he's claiming that he's King David. He's claiming that he's King David, because he's exalting himself, and the scriptures say that, the wicked shall wax worse and worse, so that's, let's get it. All right, so he's exalting himself. You know, now he's saying that he's King David now. See, because he's exalting himself. What proof does he have? You know, to make a claim like that. That now, yeah, to all Israel out there, Captain Zariak saying that he's King David. Imagine that, huh? So he's exalting himself. You know what? Did the Lord come and tell him that he's King David? How does he know that he's King David? The elect don't know who they are. The elect don't know who they are. No. Nobody knows. You see, the Lord and the angels do, but not. The elect right now are still serving their captivity, and this is why you have to humble yourself down. All right, because the Lord don't need none of us, don't need none of the elect, but he sent his son Yahushai, all right, to make that sacrifice. That way the hopeful elect can have a second chance. You see, huh? 2 Timothy chapter 3 verse 13. But evil men and seducers wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. There it is. Okay, deceiving and being deceived. So what's happening right now? What's happening right now? Yeah, Captain Tazariak, he's waxing worse and worse. All right, because that statement that Apostle Tahar that he made, that Apostle Tahar sleeps with young girls, is completely false. You see. All right, and now that that's another false statement that Captain Tazariak's making, that what he's King David. This man's clearly bugged out. So he's deceived, and he's deceiving and he's deceived because he's not teaching sound, correct doctrine. Remember, he just that's just his opinion, because what proof does he have? Proverbs chapter 16 verse 18. Pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. Right, see that? Exactly. Right, before a fall, because right here, pride goeth before destruction. Yeah, pride. All right, because the Lord hates pride. Remember that. Goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. All right, so all right, a haughty spirit before a fall. So this man's clearly about to fall. Look what happened to Alazar. See, he thought he was all that, talking about the apostles and all that, So this man's about to fall. Oh yeah. Major. Right here, Proverbs chapter 16 verse 5. Everyone that is proud in heart, meaning your mind, that word heart there means mind, is an abomination to the Lord. Yahweh Bashim Yahshai, because you're prideful. Okay? You're prideful, and you're prideful. Okay, and you're being prideful in the eyes of the Lord. See? Everyone that is proud in heart, meaning in your mind, is an abomination to the Lord. See? So the Lord can't stand you. You're an abomination. Though hand join in hand, he shall not be unpunished. See? So the people who are full of pride, okay, they are abomination before the Lord. So that is another evident token that Yahweh Shemel Shai is not working with Captain Tazariak, because he is a complete clown. All right, because he's bearing false witness. He's not speaking the truth. He's telling you that this is his opinion. So he's not coming out of the scriptures, And the Lord's not dealing with that. The Lord's not dealing with a halting spirit. Oh, I'm the shit. It's all about me spirit. Okay, Captain Tazariak, now he thinks that he's King David. The hell, See, these dudes are straight out bug outs, Huh? All right, and because those of us in the truth, we know who was the real King David. That was King Marshall, But he didn't walk around like, yeah, I'm David and all that. No, he was humble, very humble man. See, So this is something. This is something that is, it's a very, very, heavy thing, you see, because that clown Captain Tazariak, that's all that he is, because the Lord is clearly not working with somebody like that. The Lord is not dealing with somebody like that, you see. And right away you saw Apostle Har's response. Okay, he wasn't like, oh, hey, you know what? When I see that guy, it's on. When I see Captain Tazariak, it's on. No, he's just making a video, just laughing about it because it's not true. Because it's not true. He's just having fun with it now. Because it's this is how bugged out Captain Tazariak is, and that's what I went into yesterday. Just ruling your spirit, and remember, don't get too mad. Of course, the true prophets and teachers of Yahweh Shemel Shai. All right. The true teacher's job is to, someone teaching false doctrine, bearing false witness. Yeah, we get on them right away, but we're not going to be all, try to fight them and do stuff like that, because this man's so, he's so bugged out, and look at how humble Apostle Har was, He wasn't like, oh man, how dare you, say that about me. I'm like, yeah, he was like, hey, that's not true, but he wasn't all worked up because it's not true, you see? Just to show you, look at how Apostle Har, and that happened to him, and his response was just humble and, all right, show me in the scriptures, you're saying that, that he sleeps with a young girl, show me proof, see, because that's the way to be, just to be humble, and remember, the Lord fights our enemies, you see, all right, it's just the way it is, it's just the way it is, but like that, See, because, man, Apostle Har is a very humble person, very humble man right there. That's, man, because, he's been taking a lot of stuff from a lot of people all these years, and he's still real humble, and just, just, that's the way to approach stuff like that, just, hey, man, humble about it, and, hey, have some scholarship about yourself, you see? Not like Captain Tazariak, just, saying, oh, this is my opinion. It's like, yeah, no crap, See? So with that's it on today's lesson. All right, on, rebuking Captain Tazariak. Once again, Captain Tazariak, once again, young man, if you don't repent, you got a horrible judgment coming your way, man, So that, Lord willing, the elect was edified and faith boosted, and just remember, stay in the spirit, control your spirit. I know sometimes you're going to get mad, but hey, rule your spirit, stay in the spirit. With that, on your feet, soldier, Shalom.